Formula One literally moves across an ocean and heads over to the United Arab Emirates. Welcome to Yas Island and Yas Marina Circuit for the 2024 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the final round of this incredible 2024 calendar. So it's the final round of the Formula One World Championship in 2024. Max Verstappen winning last time out in Qatar, but then everybody else having an even split along the running order. It really has been a crazy season. In the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen, obviously still the champion, 429 points now, he's extended his gap over. Battle for second is on between Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc, 8 points between them. Piastri and Sainz still in the battle for fourth as well, but Russell and Hamilton now still mathematically in, but it looks like that has been dealt with. Sergio Perez remains in eighth, the only driver outside of the top four teams not to win this year. Alonso, Hülkenberg, Gasly and Tsunoda round out page one. Lance Stroll's on 24 points, Esteban Ocon on 23, and then it's Magnussen ahead of Albon, level with Ricciardo. Behrman still on 7, Colapinto on 5, Zhou Guanyu now on 4 points alongside Liam Lawson. Valtteri Bottas moves up to 22nd, Sargent with no points, and Jack Doohan enters the fray. In the Constructors' Championship, the battle is really on. 640 points for McLaren, with Ferrari on 619. That championship is the main focus this weekend. Red Bull in third, with Mercedes fourth and Aston Martin fifth. Battle for sixth then between Alpine and Haas and RB. Williams have 17 points and Sauber on the board now. But it's the battle between McLaren and Ferrari, Alpine, Haas and RB, the focus. Let's take a look at the Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. 3.281 miles, 16 corners, a total as well of 58 laps. It's a fantastic sweeping circuit that has been modified since opened, but still provides a challenge. Get a good exit out of the last corner, sweep downhill and start the lap. Turn one, a long sweep, quick left-hander as well, all the way down from 8th gear to 5th gear. Accelerate the exit, don't go too wide. Prepare for uphill turn 2 to the left, then to the right for a long sweep, turn 3. Keep the power down as well as you approach turn 4, the exit, and now turn 5, a hairpin. 3rd gear corner, double apex. You can take a lot more speed in and also a great opportunity to overtake. The longest straight in Formula One, down all the way in 8th gear, DRS open as well as you're held towards turn 6 and 7 chicane. From 8th gear at over 300 kilometers an hour, snapping the brakes with around about 100 meters to go, down to 2nd gear, mid corner, keep on the accelerate, open up to 3rd gear, and keep on the power hard as you open up the 2nd DRS zone on the run down towards turn 9's hairpin as well. Another long sweeping left-hander which provides a lot of overtake and looks like an oval style corner. A lot of sweeps, a lot of easy high lines to take through as well. All filtering down towards turns 10, 11 and 12. From 7th gear all the way down to the braking zone for 3rd gear as you approach the Yas Hotel. Turns 19 and 20 modified ever so slightly as well to open up now and renamed 13 and 14. 7th gear to turn 15 now, flat out, easy the exit before a heavy braking zone down to 4th gear for the last corner, turn 16, downhill to the control line, and that is a lap of Yas Marina. It's the final practice session of the 2024 Formula One season. Welcome to Yas Marina and Yas Island as the green light is moments away. Let's head down then to Simon Lazenby. He's alongside Nico Rosberg and Danica Patrick.
Obviously, fun timing for all of us to be able to talk about it and speculate on it, and great opportunities for them to see each other and have a conversation. And, you know, as Christian Horner said, this is a conversation between the two of them. But, you know, as any driver would know, you can have these conversations and you can become cordial, but it doesn't mean that you forget.
But Danica, Max said he's going to put George's head in a wall. I think there's no more cordial stuff there.
I agree.
He didn't say that. That's what he claims.
That's right.
Come on. We were talking about Max Verstappen, who even said to all the journalists in the room at the press conference that if one more person mentions it, I'm going to headbutt you. So,
Yeah, I kind of think he said it too.
I think all of us, for right or wrong, are quite enjoying this within the media, because we love to see it. I mean, obviously, quite often, sport seems a little bit sanitized, doesn't it, these days? But this has definitely brought it to the fore again. And let's just have a quick look. We saw them, and we saw the shots, didn't we, on Esteban Ocon's Instagram and Lando Norris's Instagram of them all at dinner the other night. How about this one, though? The annual GPDA photograph. Alex Wirtz, of course, at the head of that and involved with putting this together. And look, so front and centre together.
So I heard that was just a pure coincidence that they ended up being front and center together there, and it was the most awkward moment of the weekend so far. That's what I heard.
Well, apparently at the dinner they left one open seat for George next to Max.
Beautiful. I mean, why wouldn't you do that if you're a driver?
Why wouldn't you?
But actually, let's get into the serious side of this, if we could, because, well, I mean, there is a point to this, okay, and that is that I know he's got a contract to the end of 2028, Max Verstappen, with Red Bull, but obviously there's been the links there with Mercedes. There's been a lot of talk between Toto Wolff and Max Verstappen. Is it a case of George drawing a line in the sand and saying, you know, marking his territory a little bit and saying, I don't want him in this team if that were to happen?
I'm not sure it's about that. I think it's just George really wanting to stand up and hold his ground, which for me looks strong on him, because he's really, you know, he's sticking to his line, standing up to Max, who we know always goes to the gray area and beyond. You know, Max is like incredibly aggressive in everything, and I think it's great to see George really, standing his ground there.
Well, I think that when you look at the incident, George would never, that just happened. George would never run up on him that hard and risk damaging the car and Max's in a qualifying situation. So obviously he was angry about that because he was on a build-up and he should have been offline. Look, so I think the anger is really real, and the fact that Max didn't sort of take accountability for it more and think that he sort of could take the penalty and take the punishment probably made George even more mad.
I mean, the other thing is as well, you're thinking the form of George had been good up until that point. You know, he was winning races, he was qualifying well, he's absolutely smashed, really, hasn't he? Let's face it, Lewis this year. So the Verstappens will know that, Max will know that, and maybe it was, again, from the other side of things, it was just him stamping his foot down and saying, I'm the man, yeah?
Of course, Max is stamping his foot down and believes that he's the man and the king, which to some extent he's right. But anyways, as to the future, I don't think Max is even thinking about 2026 yet. You know, he doesn't need to.
No.
People will wait on him, the teams will wait on him. He can see where Red Bull is at the beginning of next year and then make a decision to the future.
Quick look at the timings for this weekend. Here we go. We've got this final hour of practice ahead of qualifying. There you go, there are the details for that. And then on Sunday, we're on air from 11:30 with the race getting underway at 1 o'clock. Let's head up to David Croft and Anthony.
One final practice session then left in 2024 at the Yas Marina circuit in the United Arab Emirates. Welcome to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. A very critical weekend, the final one. The Constructors' Championship still on the line, the battle for 6th as well. And it's to do battle around this amazing circuit. In total, it's a 3.282 mile circuit, that's 5.281 kilometres. 58 laps ahead of us, around 16 turns, 2 DRS zones as well. Elevation change at 10.24 meters as well. Pirelli bringing the hard C3, medium C4 and soft C5 tyres to this weekend, all trying to make it the fastest possible. There is a chance of rain in Abu Dhabi. We've had it before. Green intern, blue wet will be on standby. And we welcome you out to the commentary box with blue skies around us, 8.6 km/h wind, track temperature 41.3 degrees, air temperature 28, 60% humidity, not too bad out there. Jess Ball's down there, she's just getting set up. She's doing Formula E right now, their second practice session getting underway. You can watch that alongside us here on JB Motorsports. Omi's here as well, I noticed in the background. He's got his mic unmuted. Hi Omi, are you there? Might be just listening.
Hello, yes.
Hello, how are you?
Doing well. Looking forward to today's action. And I found an image of another commentator's camera from Qatar, so would you like that image?
Oh, yes, please send it over.
I knew you'd like it after I saw it this morning.
I love commentary cameras and I love positions. Where are you sending it?
I'll send it in DMs.
DMs. I shall open up your DMs. Hello. To go in, I'll keep that open. So, Charles Leclerc topped practice 1. Lando Norris topped practice 2. Now we get the final 60-minute session getting underway. Then it will be qualifying and 58 laps come Sunday. Let's have a word with David Croft and Anthony Davidson.
Book suggests Lewis Hamilton is going to win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. He's won more Grand Prix here than anyone else. Why shouldn't it be him? But the fact that McLaren were 1 and 2 in practice 2.
Oh, we've lost pictures. Well, that's not great, because all I've got is a frozen screen now. So that's a Sky issue, by the sounds of it. So, bit of a worry, but not too worry. We've decided to have a bit of a change up here in the commentary box as well in terms of things. But Omi, you just sent me the F1 TV. Nice to see that they are there.
Well, this was last week, Josh. Don't get excited.
So that's Qatar. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Alex Dix is there though this
yes.
week.
I have wanted to know what their commentary box setup has been like for a while now, because I noticed they changed the comcam. So I did want to see. So, we've lost TV pictures up here. The Abu Dhabi curse striking again, where technology is not so good. So, we've got a special treat coming your way now. Omi, you might like this. Let's hear... That's Kevin Magnussen having a beep. Here's Alex Jakes.
It says, what's next? And I imagine that Valtteri Bottas has plenty of offers. We don't expect him to leave the paddock entirely.
There you go, Omi. Alex Jakes. Well, I go fix.
Racing next year.
Yeah, no, he's made it clear that he wants to stay within the Formula One world. I'm sure there's lots of teams in many different series that would be interested in Valtteri's services racing next year, but he wants to keep his finger on the pulse of Formula One. We've seen drivers have year sabbaticals or multi-year sabbaticals and come back with some success. Just look at the entire Haas lineup right now. Nico Hülkenberg and Kevin Magnussen have both done stints away from Formula One only to return. So, yeah, Valtteri very much wanting to keep his name in the mix for 26 and beyond. I mean, we have a lot of rookies coming in next year. They've been quick in FP1s. They've been quick in the odd Grand Prix that they've been thrown into. But are they going to be quick in consistent point scores over a season? Or maybe do we see a tide turning back towards a little bit of experience as we head into a brand new set of regulations about 12 months from now?
It is extraordinary, as you say, that we had no rookies at the start of the year. We do have a green light, by the way, but it's FP3 in the final race of the year. It's not exactly a hive of activity. Yeah, it is fascinating that in 1 year we've gone from no rookies at all to a complete sea change with some of the names as well. Really exciting talents. Oliver Bearman had a great rookie for first season in Formula 2. Had a really tricky one, but his Super Sub appearances have done enough, and his FP1
Q2, which would be somewhat of an achievement himself, given that he himself said...
Year. And with good reason. They've got Oliver Bearman, they've got Esteban Ocon, Grand Prix winner, and Esteban is going to be so motivated given that he's been benched for this season finale.
Yeah, it's certainly been a tough final year at Alpine for Ocon, and like you say, highly motivated to kind of push that team up that midfield battle. They've been very strong in the second half of the year, although Alpine's really come on strong in the last quarter of the season. But yeah, sometimes that new environment can just really invigorate a driver. It can really invigorate a team to have a new lineup come in. And as you say, Ollie, a very exciting young prospect, and Esteban, a proven old veteran now.
Weird to say that. He won the GP3 championship.
Not old, sorry, a proven veteran. Yeah, still very young.
In 2015, huge moment for his career. So you can see McLaren, Bahrain to Qatar. This is the car performance graphic we like to show you. Red Bull slipping back, McLaren stepping forward. They've got one hand on the championship trophy, in all honesty, 21 points, but Charles Leclerc with a 10-place grid drop. This is Abu Dhabi, anything can happen. Mercedes up and down. Middle part of the year, it looked like they'd turned the corner. It looked like they fully understood that car. They were winning all the time. Yes, they picked up the pieces in Austria, but then a superlative drive from Lewis Hamilton in Silverstone. And then 1 and 2 across the line in Belgium. When they made it work, others could not, only for George Russell to be disqualified. It's been fascinating with the top 4. For those outside of that main battle as well, it has just to and fro all the way through. The big question is, it would have been totally different constructors championship table if it hadn't rained in Sao Paulo, but it did.
It certainly did. And look, yes, that was an incredible haul of points for Alpine to thrust them up into that fight for P6 with Haas and VCAR. But you saw in that graphic there, their development over the season, it was double that of the next best team. Over 6/10 that car's improved from Bahrain compared to the constructors leaders in McLaren, about 3 and a bit. Haas, who they're battling for P6 with, same sort of 3.5 segment or range rather. So it's really, really an incredible effort from everyone out at Alpine to get that car improved that much over the season.
It is a battle that's still live. 5 points, effectively 6 because of countback. 6-point gap effectively between Haas and Alpine in the battle for 6th in the constructors, and Will Buxton is standing by at the American team.
Yeah, Alex, and there's been a change down here this weekend, an interesting story happening so late in the season, because Kevin Magnussen in his last race in Formula One has a new race engineer. It's Dominic Haynes, who is the chief performance engineer down here at Haas. Had taken on more of a factory role over the last few years, but has taken the place of Mark Slade, veteran race engineer, who had been K-Mag's engineer all the way through. The team won't confirm or deny that Mark Slade has actually left the team, but Dominic Haynes will be engineering Kevin Magnussen for his last race in Formula One.
Thanks, guys. Right, we are back with TV pictures, and we will return to the guys up in the commentary box later. Jess Ball has joined us now up here in the comms box alongside. First of all, though, Omi, did you enjoy that?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Megan Birch has also turned up as well. All I'm going to say is the Abu Dhabi curse is real.
Why?
Another tech problem.
Oh, yeah, true.
Since the start of the session. Every year there's a problem. Hello, Jess. How's Formula E?
There was a slight problem with the blog showing the footage right at the top, so I had to move that quick though. But it is going all right so far. Green flag running, and yeah, the stream is good. Apart from that hiccup that I didn't know about.
Honestly, it's a day for hiccups, it seems, as Alonso and Stroll, the only two drivers, heading out there on the track. They've done one lap on a set of hard tyres, and then they're doing one lap on a medium. They're going to scrub a set ready for the race tomorrow. 68 points this year is Alonso's lowest total since his final season with McLaren in 2018. And Jess, I think Alonso described it perfectly yesterday as well in the session. The worst car he's ever driven.
And speaking of Alonso,
I think it's going to be a good day. A good feeling.
Oh, okay. More positive for Alonso today.
I love that optimism. He silenced, I think, quite a few people. Yes, he wasn't so sure of the car, but you've just seen the results he's got this season. It's not been great, unfortunately, compared to last season, but people are saying, oh, wait until 2026, but they can't wait that long because they'll need more money from the next 2 seasons to put forward into 2026. So they really have to have a really good season next year, and we really hope Alonso could just deliver in Abu Dhabi. He always tends to deliver in Abu Dhabi, so I'm looking forward to see how he does.
No lap time set as of yet, as the two Astons come back into the pit lane. Gas has just ventured out onto the circuit So we'll open up the speed so you can see who's revving up. SHT, Sean's got in touch by saying as well, did you know that the Formula One's previous CEO, Chase Carey, has now returned to be owner of Liberty Media? I did not see that news, so that's great news that we're sort of in safe hands now as well.
Yeah, that's good.
It's brilliant, brilliant news actually coming into it. As everything else just gets set. There we go. Omi, love to find out information on you quickly about Formula 2 that's coming up after this session. Good track conditions today as well, but winds blowing up and down, up and down. That's very vulnerable for Formula 2 cars like we saw in Qatar. Are you thinking we're going to see a couple of spins? What are you hoping? Because it's a championship day for them.
Yeah, championship day. A day where we cannot crown a champion, but we could go a bit of a way in deciding who is looking good, as they both start near each other tomorrow. It's Hadjar with the advantage today on the grid, but it all changes very quickly in Formula 2. But yeah, dealing with safety cars, dealing with all sorts of navigations is going to be hard. And if I'm honest, you've got drivers who don't often fight at the front of the field. You've got Amri Cordial on pole for it. So everything and anything can go wrong in the Formula 2 sprint race coming up.
And Megan, hello.
Hi.
Big day coming in this one as well. What do you think we're going to have for the action here? Alonso, Stroll, Gasly, doing Verstappen in the running order. Who's your early pick for pole? Because you were just saying qualifying. I mean, in practice, 1 and 2.
Honestly, Lando. He's been looking to be quite strong. So.
I agree.
I was figuring a Lando. Jolyon Palmer is with Harry Benjamin on BBC Radio 5 Live this week alongside Jenny Gow. F1 TV have David Coulthard, James Hinchcliffe and Alex Jakes in their commentary box.
Is Omi okay after Alex Jakes' news yesterday, by the way?
Omi? He wasn't when we... yeah.
Not originally.
No. Not originally. In
So
fact,
I was thinking of you when that news broke out on X yesterday.
In fact, if anybody saw the Formula E shakedown session, Omi was not good during that session, but he was a remarkable professional. Because that was thrown into the deep end because we didn't even know we were going to do that. My original plan was to just record the shakedown session and do it later, but there was no audio, so we had to fill in. So everything you saw yesterday in the shakedown was completely unscripted and unprompted.
Oh, well done.
How are you today, Omi?
Well, good. Just looking forward to the races now. Quite simply.
Yeah, let's not talk about it now. As long as you're good for today, that's the important thing.
Alex Jakes, however, will be here on this channel. He'll have the introduction to the feature and the post show, and he'll sign off as well from us. So we'll get one more classic Alex Jakes intro for F2, a final from him with the podium
Oh,
and the
Gasly.
outro. Yeah, Gasly's run off, and it's that dip curve again that we saw yesterday.
Oh, I hate that curve.
Yeah, exit of turn 5 just shreds the plank. It just acts like a knife sharpening block.
Did Leclerc destroy his plank yesterday?
No, but they did notice a few. They did notice a
Scrapes?
scrape. Yeah, a couple of scrapes there. So
Yeah,
not too
I can
bad.
imagine Max did a similar thing, but I'm not sure Max was as bad.
Jack Doohan set the first time in this session though on a 1:25.633. He's faster than his teammate Pierre Gasly 1:26.040. However, fast time here is a 1:23, so we're not expecting that to be a representative time as of yet.
No.
In this final practice 3. Just continues to go down. Just a quick thing. The UK is in the middle of a storm right now. So that
I had an emergency alert came up on my phone yesterday about a few minutes before 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I haven't actually checked the weather today.
And it's windy right now.
Really windy as well. There's Flatbed Bridge, sorry. Executive. Oh, and there goes our
pictures.
TV pictures.
Yeah, there we go again with the Wi-Fi.
Rain starts in 49 minutes here.
Jakes.
Yeah,
Can we hear more of Alex Jakes?
There we go.
F1 TV.
Oh, I can't turn him up. There we go. Here's Alex.
How much more natural everything feels
Yay.
the second day in a race car and a track. So hopefully this is, a sign of a good step of progress here for Jack.
Flavio Briatore there, who is in his third stint with the team, having been there in the era of Michael Schumacher, famously poached Michael Schumacher for his second ever Grand Prix start after he begun life with the Jordan Formula One team, then left, then came back, won a couple of titles with Fernando Alonso, then left, then came back, and now he's got Jack Doohan behind the wheel along with Pierre Gasly. Officially an executive advisor of that team, but a pretty influential executive advisor, I think is the easiest way to put it. Car 61 for this weekend. Jack Doohan will be car number 7 next year, but he's the reserve driver number allocated, and he's ahead of his teammate after Gasly got all over the curbs at turn 5's exit. There's some great last race lids out there. And that is a picture of George Russell asking Lewis Hamilton for an autograph as a kid, and then the two of them on the podium as Mercedes teammates. Nice way to end off the Russell and Hamilton era, which remarkably, they're tied on points for their time as teammates in Formula One, which really is a remarkable thing if you consider the level of driving that we've seen, the problems that they've had with that car along the way. But they are tied, so winner take all in terms of the overall stint. Of course, in qualifying, it's very much been George Russell's season, but Hamilton with the wins in Belgium and Silverstone, and Russell with the wins, picking up the pieces in Austria and then dominating things in Las Vegas.
I mean, if you want to go this route, and I'm only doing it because it's early minutes of FP3. There's a lot of cars on track.
Here we go.
You got to go back to Belgium and the points George lost as a result of the disqualification, partnered with the points Hamilton gained. Yes, they're tied on, but I mean, we can nip it. You can probably go back through, plenty of other races where it's the other way, but the short memory that I've got brings me to that one.
That's a very good point. That was an amazing race. Ruth, we've seen almost everything this year, haven't we? We've had, that was the first time that a winner had been disqualified in Formula One for 30 years. So many incredible stories. Because we're in our final practice session of the year and everyone's pretty slowly rolling out of the box, what's the standout thing that you think of when I say F1 2024?
I think it's just how close everything has been, and because of that we've had this absolutely stunning, spectacular season where for the first time in a long time we've not been able to predict who's going to win, the championship, the race, who's going to be on pole, and that really has just been such a special thing going in each race weekend and seeing the ebb and flow. It reminded me a little bit of 2012, that famous season where we had 7 race winners in the first 7 races, and I lost on the final race. We were winning the championship for 5 laps. The race engineer, Andrea Stella, that day, a sad man. Here, 2010, also lost on the last day. A sad man. Can we finally, third time lucky, make him a happy man on Sunday, the third time he comes to the final race of the season?
Andrea Stella chasing victory. It's a good point, Ruth, about the journey that you take through and the defeats.
Yes, it really is. We have TV pictures back. Thankfully, Sky went to ad break in that bit as well. So we got saved as we launch Fernando Alonso, fastest first sector on the 17.563. You sound like Mario.
I heard you, Megan.
She had a mic muted as well, and
that's how much I'm enjoying the fact that he's doing so well.
Yeah, I was able to hear Megan off of Josh's headset.
It's the Mark Webber scream, isn't it, from Megan?
Yeah. I have a loud voice.
Yes, we know. We have to turn your headset up and down constantly as well.
This is my choir.
Yeah. Alonso, only third, 125.654, backed off in that middle sector as well, but at the fastest third sector, it was 37.035 middle. And is this... No, this is him down the back straight. This is a bird. Oh, we had to avoid a kamikazeing bird.
So it's lizards and birds.
What is that? Look, it picked up the car and flew directly towards it.
Oh, God. There's a giant lizard on the track.
It's grown feathers and wings. It's evolved.
It's like that episode of The Simpsons.
Ha.
They're not birds, they're lizards. So yeah, there's a bird on the circuit that flew down towards Fernando Alonso. He didn't kill it this time, like he killed the lizard.
He spared the bird.
Yeah. I love how we had that lizard in practice 3 in Singapore earlier on in the year. That was a lot of fun.
Vengeance.
Yeah. So, if you didn't see, you can go on JB Motorsports and you can take a look at the shakedown session. I can guarantee you that no other outlet in the world has that session. JB Motorsports has got a true exclusive on that. Yeah, there is nothing, because that session is not broadcast. It's only available on the media outlet, so people would have seen it, but nobody would have recorded, commentated on it and put it out for you. So, you have an exclusive, a world exclusive, to see what the cars look like in shakedown. And, fingers crossed, we'll be able to do that for the rest of the year. That's how we're with Ted.
Deliver the Constructors' Championship for McLaren. But down here at Haas F1, who were no more than just an idea, I guess, back then, they're working on their qualifying pace, especially because that's where they know that they've got a best chance of scoring. Was it six points over Alpine, which is going to be difficult. They've never done it before in any other weekend, but they're going to give it a go. Balance was good yesterday for Hülkenberg and for Magnussen. They're out now on the soft tyres, as more or less everybody is. I think you're watching the back end of a Ferrari. Just a quick one on Alpine that I forgot to mention. It's essentially Ocon's car that Doohan has taken over with the, not downgrades, but not with the upgrades that Gasly has. So they haven't managed to bring a new front wing and a front nose. The updated one that Gasly had in Qatar, they haven't managed to bring a new one, or if they have, they haven't put it on Doohan's car yet, for Jack Doohan on that second Alpine for the rest of the weekend. So bear that in mind when assessing Doohan's performance against his teammate.
Cheers, Ted. I've just got the Formula E World feed on my phone. And that, ladies and gentlemen, as I hang it up, that's the pure world feed that we have. So we don't need TNT, we don't need ITV, we have the pure world feed.
That's what I'm using. That's what I'm using to have world feed also.
Yeah. So there you go, everybody. Best in the house, and it does mean that if I do go to Autosport International, which, by the way, Megan, we need to find out if we can get to Nottingham there and back, because that might be easier. It'll be easy to commentate on the race. Magnussen across the line soon. Leclerc goes fifth, first of all, 125.727. Magnussen's coming into turn 16 now. He's got Norris alongside. So
it's only 10:49 in the morning.
Yes, and Magnussen goes fastest, 124.470.
When's quali? 2.
No, I'm just saying.
2 seats for one.
Yes. I have not had breakfast. I downed a packet of crisps. That's it. Did you?
As did I. That's my breakfast and my lunch.
Yes.
I always had some cereal.
Well, you know, we don't have time for lunch today. It's crash bang wallop.
That's why I had my lunch now.
I've got half a curry left that I'm going to try and devour.
You're going to mix it up and put it into curry sauce and rice again.
Let's hear from Hamilton.
Need to remove this sticker on my inside my cockpit, please. Yeah, okay, copy.
You're not sure.
Someone's going to edit that as well. I can see it now.
What's bothering you about it?
I have no idea, to be fair. An interesting mark. Yes, so Formula E this weekend, we'll be live. Jess is currently taking you through free practice 2 alongside the world feed, as she's multitasking. But we're also going to have Jess and Ed covering the qualifying session. That's coming up.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. That's coming up because me and Omi are going to be on the F2, and then I'll join in. I'll join in as soon as F2's over for actually I think about half an hour max, and then we'll be on F1. So I'll be hanging around in the background. I'll act as pit reporter for qualifying. And then I'll...
even they lost TV coverage.
Yeah, and then I'll be back leading the race coverage later on today, alongside Ed and Jess. And it's a good show today as well, because we've got the build-up as per usual with the world feed, but after the checkered flag, we'll have a little bit of post-discussion from the world feed team. Then myself and Ed and Jess will talk about the race, give our thoughts. We'll let them two go, and then we're going to have the post-race press conference live for you as well. Another exclusive that you can watch live on JB Motorsports. Will show you the post-race press conference and hear what the top 3 drivers have to say from the event. So, and that will be the same throughout the season. Bigger and better for Formula E this year, now that we have access and permissions to use so much. Last year we had access to the media centre. This year, however, JB Motorsports is accredited with Formula E. And it was a long, annoying process, let me tell you. We think we might have done it twice as well. We're not too sure about that. To come into it. Omi, just down to you quickly on this front. Williams 19th and 20th both have gearbox penalties for tomorrow, but also they are struggling with reliability. Do you reckon they could be contenders for the last points paying positions? It's a crucial one, considering that Haas need everything they can ahead of Alpine.
Yeah, absolutely. That very interesting fight. That will go on further down is also going to be quite a lot of fun. Really excited to see how Jack Doohan can do, of course, in the Alpine. I did mention this in Formula 2 practice yesterday, but for anyone who wasn't listening to that, Jack Doohan has gone well in Formula 2. He made his debut here around the circuit back in 2021 when he made his Formula 2 debut, and also at the same time he already qualified on the front row in only his second session that weekend for Formula 2. So it didn't go well in the feature race. He found himself spinning around after contact, but then 2022 was also pretty solid. 2023, of course, won as well in the feature race in his final Formula 2 race. So Jack Doohan has gone incredibly well around this circuit, so definitely keep an eye on him, and don't be surprised if he does pull out an extraordinary performance.
Speaking of extraordinary performances, here comes Max Verstappen with an interesting middle time as he comes across the line. Is he fastest? Only 5th on mediums, a 124.985. I was expecting that to go a little differently there, Max.
What intrigues me is the fact that Haas are currently fastest.
Yes, Magnussen, Norris, Hulkenberg, Piastri, Verstappen is the top 5. Perez, though.
P3 is always weird.
Especially this circuit.
In terms of, like, order. Yeah.
Doesn't count this track, this session. Because it's a night race. Well, it's a twilight race, isn't it? This is Perez. Apparently, he's been told that he is no longer a Red Bull driver.
What? When?
Today. According to iMotorsport.com, which is the international motorsport.
Oh, I swear the outlets like that have had rumours that Perez was told last week, so I don't believe that.
Yeah, but this is coming from motorsport.com, which is Autosport, which is, you know, the big official ones.
True.
So they are trustworthy. Apparently, Liam Lawson has been told he will be alongside Max Verstappen for next year. So the lineup will be at Red Bull, Max Verstappen and Liam Lawson. At RB, which will become Racing Bulls, it'll be Yuki Tsunoda and...
It'll be Tsunoda. Oh, I'm almost certain it'll be Hadjar. It's got to be.
It was, yeah. So it's Yuki Tsunoda and Isaac Hadjar and Sergio Perez.
Apparently there's rumours that, because remember in the F2 interviews he had news about next season, like somewhere, and he's not allowed to tell. I could tell he's going to be in F1.
Yeah, so it's and then Sergio Perez will go to a reserve role. He'll be a.
How many rookies on the grid this season, including ones that have done multiple races? It's insane.
It's going to be quite a lot.
Got Jack Doohan, Ollie Behrman, Kimi Antonelli, Lawson, and now, hopefully, Hadjar.
Compared to this year where we had no rookies starting the year, we start with, what, 7 next year? That's insane.
Yeah. I'm buzzing about Lewis going to Ferrari, personally. I'm excited to see that.
I'm going to be very sceptical about 2025. It's got all the hallmarks of 2010. So that's why I'm worried.
Yeah, Jenson Button moving to McLaren.
Yeah, and we had Alonso moving to Ferrari, won the opening race in Bahrain on the endurance layout that nobody ever liked. Bottas goes 9th. But there is a real worry that we could be in for unpredictability.
And that's what I like, Josh. Why don't you like unpredictability?
It's going to be great, but I don't like it for the one simple fact. You're going to have possibly 4 teams in the hunt for the championship, and it's going to get very, very, very competitive. and very, very complicated. And you're going to have
in terms of permutation.
Yeah, and you're going to have inter-team battles galore. And if, say, Lawson's quick, and Lawson's a championship contender, what does Verstappen do there?
We don't know how because obviously the Red Bull's different to the RB, so we don't know if he would do better in the RB or will he be Gasly or an Albon or Kvyat.
The RB is the RB is effectively a couple-of-year-old Red Bull, but they shared similar designs. And for next year, the RB is going to be practically identical to the Red Bull. But there is a.
Honestly, if Isaac Hadjar is in the seat next season, which is more likely going to be for RB, I'm looking forward to it because he wasn't that far off Perez in practice. Yes, I know he was near the people complain on social media. I've seen it. Oh, Hadjar's near the back of the grid. Who cares? He was not far off Perez. So the critics could just shut up. Hadjar deserved the seat in F1. End of story. I know his attitude needs a check, but Hadjar deserves the seat. He's quick.
And of course, he'll have a full pre-season testing program to go into as well, plus simulator work. So when we hit the ground running in Melbourne, he will be fast and up to speed. Same with Liam Lawson as well.
And Antonelli as well. I'm excited to see what Antonelli can do.
Let's speak.
It's going to be a great season. I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing for it already. Russell?
I'm not sure what's going on. Car feels okay. Just very slow.
Yeah, he's struggling out there, and he's down in 18th with Hamilton in 19th. Let's bring in our Formula 2 expert of Omi. And Omi, which rookie are you most looking forward to seeing join the grid next year? Because they've all come up from Formula 2, either from this year or the year before.
Yeah, there was. I was asked about this earlier as well, elsewhere. So I'm going to just give a similar answer to this. Antonelli, of course. I was asked. I think it was a few weeks ago. Antonelli. Antonelli. Definitely, of course, such a big unknown. But what he's shown all the way through his career in Freca, in Italian F4, all of that just makes me the most excited. Keep an eye on Gabriel Bortoletto. He's a driver who's turned around his career ever since he got into Formula 3. Pretty average career before that. No one would have noticed that he might be F1 bound as well. So definitely looking forward to those two drivers. We've already seen what Oliver Behrman, of course, can manage. So yeah, mainly looking forward to Antonelli and Bortoletto, and of course Isaac Hadjar, how he'll feel to ride. But I believe personally, I think with Hadjar, it's going to take him a little bit more time compared to some of the others to settle in Formula 1.
I agree, because obviously Antonelli has had a bit more pre-practices than Hadjar has. And I think obviously Lawson has been in the car last year. Doohan has got this weekend. Behrman has had two or three race weekends. So yeah, I think it will take Hadjar a bit while to settle in, but who says he may not? He may settle in really well.
Joe Guan Yu getting blocked by one of the Red Bulls.
Or online.
Correct.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, I think...
Fine.
Perez.
A one-position grid penalty. That seems to be... Oh, hello, smoke coming from the back of Carlos Sainz.
Something fell off Sainz's car.
Yeah, it was a pigeon.
Is that a seagull? Yeah, but what's that blue smoke? Is that rubbing on the wheel, or is that coming from oil?
I see blue smoke as well.
That's oil, isn't it, mainly? So, we don't have the onboards.
That's not looking good for Ferrari if they're having problems. Charles Leclerc's already got a 10-place grid penalty.
Yeah, battery change for him, and if this is another problem for a possible gearbox or whatever, or even worse, engine, then Ferrari's constructors have practically kissed goodbye. He is start the circuit, it's still a 125, 136 is Sainz. He is ahead of Lewis Hamilton coming into turn 12 at the hotel section, so we will keep an eye there, but slightly...
You want to know the funny thing is?
Here he is.
You want to know the funny thing is? The biggest good surprise, Matthew Gallagher predicted Ferrari.
Sainz is stuck in third gear and he's been told to... He's crawling home.
He's going to go in the pit. Oh, Ferrari.
Sainz is in big, big trouble here. He's now going to first gear and he's lost drive. Russell Radio.
Yeah, let me know what you're thinking. Right now, I don't really have any major thoughts. I don't really know why the pace is so bad.
What was the main balance limitation on that lap then?
The Well, nothing major, mate. It's, yeah, I mean, everything feels reasonably normal. It's just all slow.
Okay, we've got Science's radio. Let's take a listen. So, Jess.
7, perhaps too much apex curb.
Apex curb. Ted!
Can we get the Ted Kravitz sniffer vision back on again?
Yet again, I'm not bringing anything to mind because there wasn't anything. Sainz came in, did a bit of a pull away. Well, he did a pull away from the garage, from the box. No smoke out the back, no scent of anything down here. Mechanics didn't seem to be too concerned, neither did the engineers. And on his way he goes again.
Really?
He would normally box after doing that, so I'll keep pressing.
We saw the oil on the track as well towards turn 1 coming out.
I wonder
so it was before even when we saw the onboard.
I wonder what they've got wrong.
I saw a bird. Just saying, I saw a bird.
Won't be unlikely he's hit something.
The bird did more damage to him.
Sure.
And if Sainz's engine is having a problem, that will be another grid penalty for Ferrari.
Worse as well than the battery change. It might be even worse.
There'll be probably pit lane start.
Yeah. And of course, everyone's running on fumes at this end of the championship. There's not much left for positions.
Don't forget they've got post-season testing after Abu Dhabi.
I think they lifted on restrictions for that. They can use whatever, if I'm not mistaken. Same as I can.
Yeah, because I think it's the end.
Yeah.
It's the end of the season, so they're just like, we don't care anymore. Of course, Williams don't have that option.
So they can run any parts then without any restrictions in post-season testing?
Yes, because I believe it's because they pay for the teams themselves pay for the track, so they can put whatever they like on the car. There's no homologation.
But do they have to do the testing, the teams?
The teams pay for it equally, so they do have to run, yes.
Not completely sure, but I think Williams started using craft mode. Williams, I'm pretty sure they started using craft mode.
Well,
so they
you
can
know
afford.
just driving the Red Bull in post-season testing.
Yeah, I bet that'll be the shootout to see who's better.
But I thought Lawson's getting the Red Bull seat, so what's the point
unless
suddenly Tsunoda impresses in testing and just changes everyone's mind.
Look, that's the thing. Never count on anything staying true. That's what the current plan is to put Lawson in the car alongside Verstappen. But it's Red Bull. They change their minds quicker than...
They change their minds like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, Ricardo.
Yeah.
Look what Magnussen's got on his helmet.
His daughter and his wife.
Oh, this is great.
Also, Sainz is already back out.
Turn 1.
It's that exit curb again.
Surely it'll be a lap time deleted for Piastri.
Way off, yeah. That's the camera we saw in F1 Academy's qualifying. That we were hoping we would see today.
We saw a lot of invalidations, didn't we? Yeah.
So still closing up here. I guess Jester saw that lock up the same as me for Cassidy coming into it.
Yeah.
Right, let's go back over to Alex Jakes then while we wait for the ad break to finish on Sky. Alex.
Championship is his replacement. He's running a lovely crash helmet design this weekend that says what's next, and I imagine that Valtteri Bottas has plenty of offers. We don't expect him to leave the paddock entirely, but we don't expect him to be racing next year.
Yeah, no, he's made it clear that he wants to stay within the Formula One world. I'm sure there's lots of teams in many different series.
Oops, small error. So
my pictures are frozen as well.
Yeah, it's Wi-Fi. It's always the way, isn't it, as they come into it? Let's get back.
But they'd already run a qualifying session. When you publish the final grid, you get awarded 2 points for pole. They then had 3 races on this weekend, which meant the points total available went up again. So she's been crowned champion twice now. She is the champion of F1 Academy, deserving as well. And yeah, the most successful Alpine Academy driver of the season. So front part of the plane, first class return maybe for Miss Pulling on the way back Alpine. I think that's an idea, don't you? Because she has brought you home the largest trophy as Jack Doohan makes his way around the final corner. It's been great to see F1 Academy. I think the best thing this year for F1 Academy is that they've joined us on the Grand Prix weekend. And that has been fantastic because it's unmissable when the podium's on there. It's unmissable when you're seeing the race start, and it piques the interest. It's been a great second championship for F1 Academy, and Abby Pulling is the victor this year on a couple of occasions. She's won the title now, as Perez improves to 6th position.
He's knocking Hulkenberg now down to P8. We've seen Gasly get himself up into the top 10 now. But interestingly, if you look at the top 3, 2 of the drivers are on the mediums. And for Carlos, that was a second run on the mediums. For Verstappen, we just saw a purple sector 1. He's cruising around on a set of mediums that's on the older side.
We're going to hear from George. The exclusive.
Yeah, it felt much better with that change.
Yeah, copy that. We'll just keep working away, chipping away at it.
God, he'd love to know what that change is. I wish he had said it. Oh, that was a great...
Front wing flap adjust?
Front wing flap... Nah, it'd be something cooler than that, wouldn't it? Because...
What are you looking for, Hinch?
He would just, I don't know...
Go on, toggle through. What are you looking for?
Yeah, I want to know about roll stiffness.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be that. You and Palmer, every single time. Every single time.
It's just, you know, he would have been complaining of high-speed understeer if it was just a bit of front flap adjustment, you know, but... yeah, so complex are these Formula One cars. I mean, it could have been some diff setting that they decided to have him try. It could have been a plethora of things, but very wisely, you know, George, he's not new to this game. You don't say what you've done to the car over the radio so everyone else can hear it, even though they're all completely different cars and you're battling different issues, and that setup change has absolutely no potential effect on another car, or at least to make it better, but you never give away what you've done.
Charles Leclerc around the final corner and dips down to the line, and personal best, sector 1, sector 2. Max Verstappen's done a 17.2 through the first sector as well earlier in the session. Verstappen, first and second sectors, benchmark car out there. It's a very long final sector though. And this is Verstappen going all 4 wheels off the racetrack, loving the position of that camera.
Yeah.
Very VAR.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing, that's more in sync now, and I think he's gone off as well, Jess, down at 5.
Yeah, but he lost a bit of momentum going in that corner. To be fair, Josh, it's a very hard corner to get right anyway. So, not surprising for Max Verstappen. Red Bull could technically still be in the fight for the constructors, but they need a miracle.
Charles Leclerc just said on the radio, Russell, F.
Did Russell block Leclerc?
Yeah, because Leclerc was going to push that and Russell came storming through and overtook him and then braked in front of him.
Well, that's going to be a reprimand then.
Yeah, not great at all. Oh, let's hear from Max Verstappen. He's been on the radio as well, and it looks to be a long one, and this might be for the hours.
The rear is 13, like on entry, I'll lose the rear.
Russell, 3 seconds.
Yeah, see. And then with corner, front right, gives up a bit.
And let's hear from Lewis Hamilton as well.
Just too fast in? Yeah, copy. That's, too fast in, turn 9.
Okay, too fast into turn 9 at the apex. Okay, seems fair there. Hopefully everyone's enjoying the Formula E. We're dual broadcasting, as is often the case here. Jess and Ed will be taking you through qualifying. I'll be popping in. I'll act as pit reporter in that one, just making sure my notes are set up fully, ready for the Prix later. Now, and I'm up to date with what's going on. Gutted not to be calling the first qualifying of the year, but we've got an F2 championship battle, and that takes priority.
We do. We do. I'm going to be missing that. I'm gutted about that.
Well,
but it's great to have the honour of covering the first qualifying session of the season, and so thank you for giving me that honour.
It's all right. It was supposed to be Megan, but I didn't even bother asking her, Jess. I didn't. Did I ask you, Megan?
No.
And why?
Because you know I'm busy.
Yes. So I said straight away.
You can read the mind.
I went straight away. Right, Megan can't cover that. Is there any way I can cover it? No. Jess, cover it. And I asked you very nicely. I sent you all the graphics as well.
Yeah, which is working well at the moment.
Jess has a new PC. I wish I had
Yeah,
a new
because
PC.
I had my previous PC for like 4 years and it needed an upgrade.
Ours is about that and does need. We desperately need.
I've got 2 screens, so I figured out how to put a display port into a monitor.
I need that. I need one of those. We've got...
Yeah, because I have one monitor that's HDMI connected and one monitor that's DisplayPort connected.
When the commentary box, we're redoing it, of course. We are just getting everything sorted out as well and cleaned up, and we'll see how that goes. Ted's in the pits.
Before that's
Minardi, of course. So we haven't seen, I think saying that we haven't seen speed from them so far in this session is an understatement, Crofty, given that they are, I think, last and currently second last. Correct. But they have been doing some race runs, and they're about to go out and show us how good their upgrade is. Yes, it might be the last race of the season, but RB have been working hard on a new front wing and a new front wing main plane flap as well. So let's see how good it is. Lawson and Sonoda just poised, waiting to go out, and they want answers down here at RB because obviously it's been a bit of a difficult season. Started well, put an upgrade that actually turned out to be a downgrade on the car, and then sort of spent the rest of the season recovering from it. But yeah, let's see if this front wing works when they go out in a minute or so.
Cheers, Deb. Oh, Megan was leaning forward like she was going to say something.
No, just leaning.
Albon, fastest. Sectors 1 and 2. Looks good to me.
That's definitely a quali run.
Yeah, he's on soft tyres as well. So, anchors. I'll tell you what though, I've damaged my ankles.
Does anyone
Sorry, carry on. I'm sorry, I've damaged my ankles a lot from standing in the comms box all year long. God. 124.378. Yeah, they're ready for a rest, my ankles. Because I don't even have a chair anymore.
It's all Megan.
Yeah, she's nicked it, the GTA Mega chair.
To be fair, I don't know how you can manage to stand up all this time. My ankles will ache.
They do hurt.
I only stand up for Indy 500.
That's a long race as well. If it's Le Mans, I tend to go up and down. But anything else, I'll just stand up. I don't like sitting. Unless I'm made to. Like, if the camera angle's in that position, I'll sit down. If it's MotoGP, I'll sit down. But I like standing up. Zach Brown is with Sky Sports.
In the car it's a little bit loose on the rear, perhaps. So we saw that in the final corner, for example.
Yep, no, they're definitely, they're both complaining of oversteer. So I think we've gotten the front more dialed in, but to the detriment to the rear. And with these race cars, what you do to the front clearly has an impact on the rear and vice versa. So just trying to get it settled.
Zach, it's Nico here. We haven't really seen anything from the Red Bulls yet. It's difficult to judge where they are. Do you still expect them to give you a run for your money there in qualifying, or do you think they're a step behind you?
No, we're expecting Max to be specifically right there. He always is. So, yeah, they didn't look great yesterday, but he set his time, I think, on mediums. So we're expecting it to be a Ferrari, McLaren, Max, and I would think Mercedes will be in the ball game too. So kind of business as usual.
Well, I allow myself one more side topic. Bernie Ecclestone has put all his classic cars up for sale. You love the old F1 cars. Have you got a bid in, and on which car is it?
I'm not sure I can afford his prices, but if I had to pick one out of his collection, I think that Niki Lauda fan car would be pretty cool.
Oh. And you got the bid out or not?
Nope, not yet. I'm going to see if I can catch him on a soft day.
You're playing poker with him.
Yeah. You know, Zach, he's only asking you because he wants to make sure he's not bidding against you on this one.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Nico could outbid me, so maybe we'll have to cut a deal.
Oh, you could share it. Go for drives together. Zach, thanks ever so much indeed. Great to have you with us. Which car are you going to bid for then?
So I've bid on the 35 million Schumacher one.
Have you?
Of course he
just
has.
Kidding. That was a joke.
You had both of us.
Totally have it.
It was like...
Well, sorry, last time you were with us in the commentary box, you revealed that you've been asked to become an owner of a team. And we thought, you know, obviously business must be good.
Yes.
Because, you know, you're looking pretty sharp at the moment, you know.
But that's the one you would go for?
No, I don't. I'm not.
Has he got any of your old cars?
No, I didn't see any. I didn't see any. I think he's really focused on...
There was a lot of red.
A lot of red, huh? Yeah, there was a lot of red. I didn't see much... I don't know. Did he have any McLarens even? Mercedes? I didn't see any.
I'm sure there must be. To be honest, it's all a little bit out of my price range.
Oh, which car would you go for?
Unless there's a Ford Anglia in there, I don't think there's anything that's in my price range at all, to be fair.
Yeah, I could happily trade in my van if you wanted for one. It's a nice van.
if you haven't seen the story, Bernie Eccleston is putting up his car collection for sale. Somebody is going to own a very, very nice piece of Formula One history, and Ted Kravitz, I'm sure you'd be bidding if you could as well.
I've been drooling over it. It's called the Eccleston Grand Prix Collection. Just search for it online and you'll see. But I absolutely agree with, I mean, all the Van Walls, the Ferraris, a lot of the Brabhams look really good, but I totally agree with Zach Brown, is that that's the only fan car. It still works, and it was the one that won and then was banned and never was seen again, and the fan still works, and it still has the dial, because Niki Lauda always said that there's the most important instrumentation in the cockpit was the gauge that told you when the fan was broken, because then you knew you wouldn't have the downforce going through the corner. That's the only thing you needed to know when the fan wasn't working. It wasn't sucking the car to the ground. That you needed to know that when you were tipping it into a corner. But yeah, Zach is right. That is a piece of history, the Brabham fan car. If I had 300 million thousand quid, whatever it is, I'd buy that. I'd bid for that one.
Cheers, Ted. So we're getting all set then to come into it. We'll stay on battle screen for a moment, but we have got the ability just to switch that off and go to other things. So don't worry, Jess. We have on cameras as well, so we're all good then. Oh, and the Abu Dhabi curse continues with a small lag. So apologies there if you're listening to us. It's lagged again. Piastri fastest in that first sector. And is looking quicker. It's a 17.061. I'll repeat myself if you didn't hear me. Piastri, fastest in the first sector, a 17.061, Megan.
Woohoo! Yay. Though Russell has just taken fastest second sector, and Gasly fastest third.
Yeah, he's gone second fastest in that time, a 1:24.408. Look at Albon, top, with a 1:24.378. So times are slowly getting quicker, slowly getting faster. What do you think there, mate?
I think it's quite good so far. The McLarens both seem to be doing really well so far. Russell goes top with a 1:24.075, and then Piastri goes to the top with a 1:23.433. That is 6.5 tenths faster than Russell's time.
So I've just sent the Formula E viewers to the Formula 1 stream just now.
And hello, everybody watching who've joined us from Formula E. Hope you've enjoyed that first session of the day. Qualifying will be coming up later on, and Jess and Ed will be taking you through that one. Meantime, here in Abu Dhabi, we've got Piastri on top, 1:23.433. Magnussen's on a lap time. He's coming up towards the line now. Exits that last corner, boots it up to the line, and goes third, 1:24.094. So a much better lap time there on the board as well, Megan. I think that's how they like it as we welcome Jess back.
It is. And Hulkenberg heading up to the line, goes fourth. The 1:24.09. Yeah, 93.
Yeah, if you happen to lean in, you might need glasses.
No, it's just because I couldn't quite see.
Yeah, I have to lean a little bit as well.
I mean, it's bright green.
We got two track monitors to keep an eye on here. Verstappen over the line, only third, 1:23.844 with 10 minutes to go. McLaren 1-2 then. Piastri ahead of Norris. What does Valtteri Bottas do? The Sauber up to 10th for the 1:24.479. Good improvement there. So yeah, qualifying getting underway in around about an hour and 10. And I believe me and Omi will already be on air Formula 2 for that one. Tsunoda 1:24.343. Basically,
Who's staying on pole for the sprint race? Is it Hadjar?
Hadjar's got the feature.
Cordial.
Yeah, Cordial's got the sprint. So we're expecting.
Oh, yeah, Josh, I've sent the preview in DMs, by the way.
Oh, you're a legend. Thank you.
What preview? Has Omi actually done a preview for this?
No, it's the media pack. Thank you, Omi. I can never find the media booklet anymore.
Where do you find that, Omi Linktree?
my brakes are not working in the front axle and biting. It's like they're glazed or something.
Yeah,
copy that.
So Verstappen.
They used to be on at the Formula One. They used to be on the FIA website, and we used to be able to get them, but they disappeared earlier on this year, and it's been really hard. So thank you, Amy. I'll go get my iPad and I can have those on for later.
Yeah, I got sent it myself, so yeah. Next year, though, I do plan on trying to get more exclusive Formula 2 stuff with some connections, so that'll be fun.
Nice, go on.
We need to find out how to get the F2 and F3 media back, because Formula 1, me and Jess were having this discussion last night, that we are sure
but we had no luck.
No luck. We've tried, but we are sure that there is
we tried that, and it was just like, sorry, you can't view the browser.
Yeah, we are sure there is a online page, like we have Formula E's Media Centre. We're sure there's one for Formula 1 which has the timing pages, you know, the white text, the yellow text on that lot.
Yeah.
But we
have been trying.
Yeah.
But no luck.
I remember seeing this image, and I spent 45 minutes searching Instagram for the image. It turned out to be on Paul di Resta's website. So on Paul di Resta's profile, we found
But that link didn't work.
Yeah, and then Harry Benjamin has got it pinned up on the BBC Radio 5 Live commentary box 4.
But that didn't work either.
No, because every time I try and zoom in, you can't see what the website is. So, yeah. We'll get lucky one of these days.
Yeah.
Why don't you just take a screenshot and zoom in through that?
Because every time I did try that, it's too blurry. There's no good.
Even I tried that.
Why don't you clear it up with Adobe Photoshop?
We don't have Adobe Photoshop, Megan. Because
someone should.
I'm not paying.
It's expensive.
I'm not paying Adobe for a rubbish thing, and then have to pay a 250 quid exit fee when I decide to leave. No, Adobe's rubbish. Long live the pirates. And plus, I use DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah, CT1 23.4.
We are nowhere.
Andy Neal.
You are correct, because Leclerc's that time is a 1:24.1.
That is Leclerc having an existential crisis.
He's 7/10 off the pace of Piastri, and that was him pushing on the soft tyres. He's done.
Yeah.
He's definitely done.
Maybe that plant caused more damage than we thought.
Yeah. I think McLaren, if they continue on this way, will be Constructors' Champions for the first time in 26 years.
Since 1998.
Ferrari, of course, 10 years later, 2008. That was their last championship.
They can win another 1 in 10.
That was, of course, the year that Lewis Hamilton won the Drivers' Championship. Ferrari won the Constructors' Championship. And then, surprisingly, because McLaren had a semi-decent year, they didn't fire Heikki Kovalainen until the next year. Every time McLaren has a terrible season, they fire a driver. Just watch.
Well, I reckon that would be.
It's not going to be Lando Norris, is it?
No, I doubt it. I think both of them are sort of locked in, because that was sort of the old McLaren who fired them. But take a look. Honestly, go back. 2006 fired Montoya. And then fired Raikkonen, because he went off to Ferrari. 2007, Alonso left. Then they got in Kovalainen. This is where it really starts. Kovalainen, 8 and 9. McLaren, a terrible 2009. Kovalainen got fired. 2010, 11 and 12 were okay. Hamilton decided to leave. So then they bring in Kevin Magnussen. McLaren have a terrible 2013. They fire Magnussen. Then they bring in Van Dorn. It doesn't work out. Fire. No, they bring in Sergio Perez in 2013. See, that's how forgettable Checo is.
They did.
Yeah, that's how forgettable Checo is at the moment. I've completely forgot about him. Yeah. So 2013, they bring in Sergio Perez. McLaren have a terrible year. They fire Checo. 2014, they bring in Kevin Magnussen. They have a terrible year. They fire him. 2015, they bring in Fernando Alonso and Jenson Button. That stays for 2 years. Despite a terrible year, at the end of that, Button is fired and retires. They bring in Stoffel Van Dorn. A terrible 2017. They fire Van Dorn. But then Alonso keeps yammering, and it just gets confusing then.
And then
they bring in Lando Norris.
And they decide, you know what, we'll keep him.
And then and that was Lando Norris going wide in the hotel section, yeah. And then they fired Sainz, and then Sainz went off.
No, they didn't fire him, he left. didn't.
Well,
they literally sent a message to Ferrari saying, please take care of him. And look what they did.
They
2 years in a row, they've tried to shove his face on a cake.
Yeah, they massacred our boy. But yeah, so now he's off to Williams. But yeah, it's just a habit that McLaren got into for a while. That killed a couple of minutes. Max
Fired Danny Rick.
Yeah, that's it. They fired Danny Rick. Thank you, Megan. I was trying to think of who his teammate was.
Then they got Piastri.
And they've stayed.
They've kept them two together.
Because they've been having good years.
Because they're a good team. Collectively and as teammates.
I must admit, I might get a bit emotional if McLaren win the Constructors' Championship, just because it's been such a roller coaster. It's been up and down, and they were literally, at the start of the hybrid era, they were the worst team on the grid for so many years. They nearly folded 3 times as a constructor, and now they could win. It's insane. What a year.
It is incredible, isn't it?
Yeah. And Max may be champion, but we've had an amazing year, Formula One. And next year it's going to be even better.
McLaren will win next year. I don't know which one of them, but I'm hoping. I mean, Max will be too distracted with a baby. So
that is one thing that Sebastian said. You've got to watch it because all those late nights, but he's used to that because he does sim racing.
Yeah, but he can't do sim racing anymore.
Yeah.
Actually, he might
true.
be able
It
to.
depends when the baby comes.
We're
probably about June. Yeah.
Yeah, but the baby will move and Max will turn a corner
He
and
could
punch
do,
him in the head.
He could do late night feedings or change the things. Say, oh, don't worry, I'm up. Just one-handed. There we go.
Charles Leclerc answered the phone while sim racing once. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, and it was his girlfriend.
Wanted to be let in.
Yes. She ended up paying for a subscription on Twitch, which I find quite funny.
I'm going to crack my tooth. You know,
Possibly. No, not another one.
It's the same one that they damaged it in the operation, and then the first thing I ate coming out of hospital, it cracked. Just feels like something stuck.
Oh.
What did you eat?
A very soft piece of chicken.
So, I cut my teeth on a very soup-soaked piece of bread, and you cracked your teeth on very soft chicken.
There is a difference, though. I did just have a major operation.
True. I mean, enamel would have been weakened.
I hope you don't have to ever have one of those operations.
Oh, I probably will.
But if you do, you will know the weirdest thing of feeling like you feel burning going up you as you're injected with the knockout stuff. And you feel like you go, ah.
I'd probably enjoy it.
You go, ah. Oh.
I'd probably enjoy that.
Because I got told by the lady, you don't remember it, you don't remember it. I was like, I can remember it. Ow, I'm going to have to get it sorted. I can remember it.
The pain will go off after a month.
It will.
And then occasionally it will go back. Maybe 2 months in your case. Just stop picking at it, unless there's something in it.
There was.
I often put my tongue, like cleaning it out.
Well, I've got a hole in my mouth now.
Yeah.
Being sewed up. Still does feel a bit weak.
It would do.
Yeah. I'll be back up to. I need a break. I've been very naughty. No, I've been very naughty. I shouldn't have been back at work this quick. Or what I
No,
did.
you shouldn't have.
I'll be fine. Here's Max Verstappen.
Ooh.
A little bit wide at turn 1, and that'll be track limits. Have you noticed the race control messages haven't been working?
Yeah.
Nope.
I presume there will be in qualifying though. You just watch it.
Yeah.
Q1 and oh, there's the checkered flag. You just watch.
This has been nothing to say.
I think F1.
Qualifying's at 2.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Great, just straight after Formula E.
Yes, literally. You will join 5 minutes late.
Right. I have to leave.
All right, bye, Max.
Bye, Max.
Oh, I get a chair. Nice.
But I'm not going to be able to have lunch.
There's
a bag on the chat.
You've got an hour, Jess, before you're on here. You can have lunch now.
I would have had to cook like half an hour ago.
Have you got anything cold, like a sandwich?
No.
Oh. Order in.
I could put the oven on during qualifying for F1. I don't even know at this point.
Order in.
I've already ordered yesterday. I'm trying to save money now.
Oh, okay. Oh, has it? Has it gone? No. Yes.
Oh.
Come on. There we go. He tried to leave before the end.
He tried his best, but it didn't succeed.
I've got a feeling that might be satellite, with the storm. It's affecting the UK.
Yeah.
So that's coming from Sky's side. Oh, there we go. It's jumping around everywhere. Omi, what did you make of that session then, down there in the pits?
It was always going to be a little bit less eventful as well. That's going to start coming away in qualifying, but McLaren looking good, Ferrari not as much, and yeah, just hoping Hamilton definitely does have a good qualifying session later on, especially with his final qualifying for Mercedes, as another era comes to a close there. But all eyes now to Formula 2, so looking forward to it.
Jess?
And Formula E as well.
Yeah. Jess?
I think it was quite a quiet session, but of course, the usual protagonists we expect to be at the top. Qualifying, I think, is going to be quite emotional for a lot of reasons, because if Lewis Hamilton has a poor qualifying for Mercedes, that will be a bad one to remember. So glad to see him doing well in free practice free. So yeah, should be a good qualifying session later on at about 2 o'clock.
It's going to be a long day here at JP Motorsports. I think we do. Do we get a gap?
We finish at 7.
Yeah, we don't get a break. At 7, however, I will be having some food and finishing off my notes for tomorrow's Grand Prix by writing them down, and then an early night before.
Then we start at 7 in the morning tomorrow. Oh my god.
Yeah, 12-hour break. That's all we get. And it's going to be hell on earth.
Have we decided if I'm still streaming F1 Academy yet, or is that back to you?
I would say start it with me, and then if we need to, send it to you. So we'll change it to
Okay, cool, yeah. Yeah.
We'll change it to your stream key though. So, and I'll just get it. I've got your stream key on the list of things here.
Lovely stuff.
So that's if it's needed. And if not, tomorrow morning I can't be bothered to wake up. Over to you.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to a lay-in on Monday. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I got work on Monday. I don't have a lay-in.
Mondays are my Sundays. That's what I always say.
Lucky you.
Of course, it's our final Grid Tonight show coming up soon of the year.
Oh.
And then we'll all be done. Practice starts.
It's on January 2025.
Yeah, I really am sort of wanting to do Autosport International, but I might not be there on the Saturday, so...
Yeah. Mexico, Formula E falls a few days after my birthday.
Oh! So is Autosport your birthday present?
Well, I don't have to pay for Autosport.
The hotel?
I'll be media, remember? I don't have to pay.
True, yeah. That's the one great thing about getting media applications is like you don't have to pay. You save so much money.
Because it cost us £600 for the hotel. My parents are putting £200 towards it.
Works brilliantly.
But that means I'm only paying about 400 quid.
Yeah. I'm scared about how much money I'm gonna lose out on next year.
If needed, we could always do Formula E in my hotel room if there's good Wi-Fi.
Well, the data should work as well. So we have. I mean, that's not the first time either of us have commentated in a hotel room.
I've done it once in F1. You've done it once in MotoGP.
Yeah.
It was quite good actually. The Wi-Fi was really good for that.
Yeah, it really worked well. And the only thing I had was it was the beginning of my tooth drama, so I had to sort of.
Oh yeah, it was. Anyway, results time.
Yeah, I had to disappear half the time as well. Just go put my face in front of a heater as well.
Oh God. Yeah.
So here's the results then from the final practice of the season. It's Oscar Piastri leading a McLaren 1-2 with Lando Norris in second, Lewis Hamilton's in third, Max Verstappen is fourth, Carlos Sainz fifth, George Russell in sixth, Nico Hülkenberg is seventh, Kevin Magnussen eighth, Charles Leclerc ninth, and Sergio Perez rounds out your top 10. followed then by Yuki Tsunoda, Alex Albon, Pierre Gasly, Jack Doohan, Fernando Alonso, Valtteri Bottas, Liam Lawson, Lance Stroll, ahead of Zhou Guanyu and Franco Colapinto. Well, my thanks to Omi, my thanks to Jess, and my thanks to Megan and all of you at home. That's the end of free practice in 2024 for all series. There is no free practice left for anything. Join us later for qualifying at 12:30. You can join Jess and Ed for Formula E, their first qualifying.
Whoa.
At 12:10, join me and Omi for, and also joining us as well will be Jack, as we will go for all the action from F2's sprint race. And then later on at 1:45, join us for qualifying for Formula 1. And at 4 o'clock, you can join us for F1 Academy Race 2. And from 4:30, you can join us for FE's first race of Season 11. Thanks for your company, guys.
It's going to be busy.
It is a very busy day. We'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.